Hello everyone and welcome to my second video. This video will be about my view on the Hammer of the Gods. In the World Book, the Hammer of the Gods is described as a ritual that the children of the forest performed to break the arm of Dorn to prevent the first men from crossing into Westeros from Essos. I think that's not a true reason that they broke the arm of Dorn, because a lot of first men already came to Westeros, and it would be a bit too late to break the arm of Dorn. Plus, I think boats would have been invented by then, so crossing um, um, would be still possible. So it's not a very logical explanation why they broke the arm of Dorn. I think they broke the arm of Dorn because of the black stone that fell from the sky and the corruption that followed that that event. Okay, I think that the black stone fell from the sky and landed in the shadow, fairly close to Stegai, which I think is a palace city, like the Forbidden City in ancient China. I think that the god emperors lived in Stegai, and I think the Bloodstone Emperor lived in Stegai and brought the black stone to Stegai to worship it. And when the Bloodstone Emperor usurped his sister, the Amethyst Empress, I think that, yeah, it's described that a reign of terror began, and that he did all types of crazy and cruel stuff, and subjugated his own peoples, and it was bad. It was very bad. So I think that that is a good reason why you see a mass migration to Westeros, and because they people on the borders of the empire would flee before the empire, because it was yeah, a really bad time. Plus, creepy things happened, so yeah, then you pack up and leave and try to find a new home. And I think that yeah, people pushed other peoples off their land, and so set up a mass began a mass migration. And I think the first men came to Westeros because of that mass migration. And at that time, I think the corruption from the Black Stone started to spread a bit of bit like the stone of the stuff in the Color Out of Space from H.P. Lovecraft that corrupted its surroundings. I think the Blackstone is similar. I think it corrupted a whole piece of land. I think that's where the legend of the Dothraki and the ghost grass came from, because it started to spread into fertile lands. I think it was fertile before it became the shadow. So yeah. I also think that the corruption spread to weirwood trees, and I think there were weirwood trees on Essos. I think the corruption turned them into nightshade trees. Those trees are very similar. You can see it in Dany in the House of the Undying, and you can see it with Bran in Bloodraven's Cavern. Both make substances that taste similar and have a similar effect on the human brain. They produce visions, and so I think that maybe nightshade trees are corrupted weirwood trees. And I think if I combine, um, also, I think it's established that the weirwoods are connected, um, and the weirwood net, and I think this corruption spreads quicker through a network. So I think the corruption started to spread rapidly in the weirwood trees, um, which the first men burned down when they arrived in Westeros, where they saw them because they're creepy trees. But I think they were familiar with those trees from Essos, and I think they saw the corruption maybe happening. Um, we also see that a tree cannot really grow in places where the roots cannot be connected to the weirwood net because of the example in the Erie where they tried to plant and grow a weirwood tree, but it never worked. So uh, the theory was that its roots could not connect to the network. Um, so I think breaking a landmass would stop maybe would sever the network. So I think that the children of the forest broke the arm of Dorne not to stop the first men from crossing into Westeros, but to stop the corruption reaching the weirwood net in Westeros. I think it was the first place that they could easily sever that connection because of how the land masses are situated. You have only a small corridor in the arm of Dorne. So if you break that, you sever the connection to the rest of the weirwoods on Essos. And I think in subsequent years, the people in Essos chopped down those nightshade trees, and they were preserved in only a couple of places, like in Karth, where the sorcerers live. So yeah, that's my view on the breaking of the arm of Dorne. I think it didn't have anything to do with the first men crossing into Westeros. I think it had to do to stop a corruption that spread from the shadow to the weirwood network, and they wanted to sever that connection to stop the spread into Westeros of that corruption. I would love to hear what you guys think about this. I would love for you to leave a comment and like this video, subscribe to my channel. I also have a Twitter account. It's also at All Hail the Night's Queen. And yeah, that was my video. I hope to see you in the next one, and I hope to see you in the comment section. Have a great day. Bye.